How do we perform under pressure, Tom?
Well, how much pressure are we talking about? Is it like the Atlantic Ocean? Are we in the bottom of the Marina Trench? Is it the Super Bowl? Or is it the kind of pressure maybe you're in heart surgery and you need to operate and it's a mafia boss? That's right. Do you kill him or do you save him? Do you violate the Hippocratic Oath? Or then
In
do you move,
Japan, #1 heart doctor.
then you move to Scranton? Office reference.
Steady
It's Friday.
hand.
There's no rails today, folks. It's just going to be wild. Oh, baby. We here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Grossi Perna Show. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, G P S. We here. Welcome, Den. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Folks, it's Friday, which means it's usually the chaotic episode of the week, which is we're going to talk about Championship Sunday. We'll give our predictions, even though we just did this kind of yesterday with clickbait. It's fine. We're going to do all that.
Do it again.
Talk about coaching vacancies. We're going to talk about who maybe the Broncos will get because now apparently all of a sudden people start hiring head coaches all of a sudden. So, whoa. Wah.
Whoa! You know how many tacos I could buy with that Lord Taco?
Buy at least 3.
We're having Mexican food tonight, family. Oh my goodness.
Johnny John John! Woo! Johnny John John!
You want me to curse your Panthers, Lord Taco? Even though it was a controversial move to not bring back Steve Wilkes, Frank Reich is 100% the best coach for the job, and he's going to get the Panthers back to the playoffs. Consider yourself cursed.
Cursed.
I've grown tired of everyone blaming me for everything. Curses. Including you having a live allergic reaction to milk.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow that was my fault, even though you were the one who ordered a cheeseburger, bit into the cheeseburger, and then, let it ravish your body.
Yeah.
But I started thinking, I have rooted for the Kansas City Chiefs exactly twice in my life. Only 2 times.
I feel like it's been more.
Once in the championship game against the Patriots.
Makes sense.
And they lose. Again, in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady. And they lose.
They lose, yeah.
So this weekend, we'll see what happens.
That's the most anticlimactic. You're just like, never know. Don't know.
I started thinking that. I was like, you know what? If we really wanted to trace it back, that was legit. Because, we've talked about, that's when I learned I actually hated Brady more than my division rival Chiefs.
Makes sense.
And they failed both times. Just failed.
So, you have to mean it, in your heart of hearts.
Yeah, I do. I think I have to.
And you don't want them to beat the Bengals.
No, I really don't.
You really don't.
I don't.
That's the problem.
Because I fucking hate them, okay? It's not as much as I hate Brady. Sorry, guys.
It's all the above. That's fair. So you have to it's in your heart of hearts.
Yeah. That's what's wild about the curse. You can't fake it. You can't fake it.
Quinn. You can't.
I wanted the Bills to win last week.
Go back.
We got the Bengals.
Yep.
I don't really care between Niners, Eagles. There's things I like about both teams.
That means that you wanted me to live. That's why I had an allergic reaction.
Yeah. See?
Wow.
I was rooting for
your family.
Wait,
dude, they gotta.
No, I was rooting for the burger. I wanted you to die, I think. By that principle, I had to be rooting for the burger.
Well, no, because it didn't kill me.
Yeah, so the burger let me down.
Oh.
Because what I root for doesn't happen.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Right? Oh, God. This
That's
relationship just got very complicated.
It's just got dark. It's just got... Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow. So when I did pass you in subs, you really were not happy about that, huh? That was...
I'm going to get him to eat some cheese.
You called in and you're just like, hey, listen, you just got an order. Okay. Wow. Yep. You can see the moment where my heart just broken too. That's fine. It's fine. Yes, Guillermo. Yes. But yeah, Demeco Ryans seems to be a favorite either for the Texans or the Broncos now. And like Sean Payton has not gotten a second interview, which I don't know. Maybe teams just don't want to pay the premium that they're going to have to give up draft capital for it.
Yeah,
which makes sense.
It's either like nothing and the teams are just taking their time because Demeco Ryans is such a strong candidate and they got to wait to do, a second interview.
Sure.
Or Sean Payton's not impressing people. Maybe he feels like he's entitled to one of these jobs. Or, it's like, hey, we can get Sean Payton. He was a very good head coach, but we got to give up assets to get him. And we think these other guys have just as much potential. It's like the rumor mill in Denver is so annoying, though.
Oh, it's got to be terrible.
You're getting it on the national scale with like Aaron Rodgers because that's like a sexy story.
Yes.
In Denver, it's just like every coaching candidate, it has now been the front runner. You know what I mean? It was Jim Harbaugh was the guy. It was Sean Payton was the guy. Now it's Demeco Ryans is the guy. I'm just waiting for it to be the next dude.
Yeah, no, I get that. So if it's not Demeco Ryan, then who is it for the Broncos? Like, let's just say Demeco Ryan's just like, you know what? I want to go to one of the worst franchises ever. Sorry, Texans.
Yeah,
I just want to go there.
Also sued after leaving.
Yeah, I want to go there. But who do you go for then? Because it's not Dan Quinn, obviously, because Dan Quinn announced that he's going to be staying in Dallas.
Yeah, Dan Quinn was in there. Yeah.
So
the other guy is David Shaw now.
We'll talk about this. Who?
David Shaw. He was most recently the Stanford head coach. And see, they interviewed David Shaw because they thought Jim Harbaugh might want to bring in David Shaw to be their offensive coordinator. Maybe they were actually interviewing him for the head coach. And now Ejiro Evero has been getting a lot of head coaching interviews as well.
He has, yes.
So that, like, he could still be in the mix. And then Sean Payton had his interview with the Cardinals yesterday. It was like a long 8-hour. He spent like 8 hours at the facility. And while he was having those interviews, this rumor came out saying that Sean Payton, while interviewing with the Broncos, was turned off by the ownership because he thought there would be a power struggle between him and somebody in the ownership group, which led Denver media to instantly speculate that would be one Condoleezza Rice. But right after his interview with the Cardinals, Sean Payton goes to Twitter and says there's absolutely no truth to this rumor. I had a great interview with the Broncos ownership situation, which they're like, that's a weird thing to tweet immediately after interviewing with a different team instead of saying like, hey, I just had a great interview with the Cardinals. So in terms of like mystery, this coaching search most mysterious because I believe we're on the 1-year anniversary of Hackett actually getting hired by the Broncos.
Aww,
so last year it felt like, hey, this is our guy. They made the hire. It was today. Now it feels like we're another. I think they got to wait for the 49ers to finish playing this weekend. And maybe they make a play for Demeco Ryans, who I think is like, I think we're actually at a point where most of the football people want him over Sean Payton. So,
dude, I think he'd be a great coach. And I gotta be honest, like if I'm the Broncos, I keep that first round pick and I say, like, listen, I understand like Sean Payton, the offense is what needs to be fixed. But Demeco Ryans, everything I saw, he's a good coach. And on top of that, like if he could do anything what he's done with the 49ers, like make that defense even better. I know, like, you know, you want offensive minded coaches for the most part in this league, but
no, I do. It's tough because I do want an offensive minded head coach, But I think Demeco Ryans might be the best head coaching candidate this cycle as well. And I think you just go with the best head coach.
Now, if Demeco Ryans gets hired by a different organization, I'm going to throw a little name out there. What about Steve Wilkes?
I would be happy with Steve Wilkes. I think he's another very good head coach. And I think you saw the Panthers stay committed to running the football after they lost all their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
As long as, I'd be happy with Steve Wilkes getting a shot because this is going to get ugly too. Him not getting a job with the Panthers because his lawyer went to Twitter like right after Frank Reich was hired because he's part of the lawsuit that Brian Flores filed against the league for discriminatory hiring practices for coaching candidates. And people are like, what else did Steve Wilkes need to do to show he deserved that job?
Make the playoffs.
Beat Tampa late, maybe.
But no one expected. But like that's the thing too. I mean, like you have to look at expectations. They fired their coach, right? They get rid of Matt Rule. They trade away Christian McCaffrey, and somehow that team got better.
Mm-hmm.
Like that team got improved. Like the morale improved. Everything improved. Now, were they an amazing team? No, but there was games that they won a bunch of games. They almost won the South. You know, they blew that 20-point lead in the or they gave up 20 points in the fourth quarter against the Bucks. But I mean, also like the roster just isn't there yet. So
he did a lot with not a lot, with a little, as they might say. More.
Chloe! Yo, I got you. I got you, Chloe. I got you. Nope, don't got it. Got it. Don't got it.
You got it?
There it is.
Oh, you fat with a 3. Yes, I just said that. That is that man's name. Don't tweet at me.
All great clips end with a weird laugh. That's what we've learned.
It really do.
Like there's that one. There's the Elway and the what one?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep, that the new one.
Yeah,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's great.
Here's what I do hope though. Now for the Panthers, you wanted me to curse you. I'm gonna put another curse on you, Carolina.
Sure. Oh, there you go.
What have we laughed at the Panthers for recently? Having all these number 1 first round drafted quarterbacks on their roster, right? And doing nothing. Why was Carson Wentz in Indianapolis last year?
Oh my God.
Frank Reich. Frank Reich was the only man there who liked him. Only guy who liked him. Bring Carson Wentz to Carolina.
Oh my God. Can you?
I got another first round draft pick QB. First overall pick, right? Or was he second? Was it Goff?
No, Panthers are going to defenestrate themselves if that happens. Oh God.
Wentz to Indy. Cam Newton comes back to back him up. Boom. Stacked with those first round QBs.
Hey, listen, it worked the first time. You know, Nathaniel Hackett went to Denver. Rodgers followed right afterwards. I'm sure I'll be fine. Well, so I want to talk about Nate Hackett a little bit. So I talked about I made a whole episode about it yesterday. Yeah. But people are like, is this just a play to get Aaron Rodgers? Because the Jets have been very clear with everything, said they want a veteran quarterback. They're not going to go to the draft. They want a veteran QB. And again, you then look at the options, right? There's Tom Brady. There's Jimmy Garoppolo. There's potential like Aaron Rodgers. There's all these guys. And they said like, you know, they didn't have somebody in mind, which I think is whatever. I think the Jets are kind of hoping they get Aaron Rodgers. I think Jimmy Garoppolo is still a good fit because then they don't have to give up draft capital because they just sign him to a deal, has that Robert Saleh thing. But they're like, why else would they hire Nathaniel Hackett? And because he's a good coordinator, right? So like he was doing well, like with the Packers, and they're hoping that he could bring some of that success there. He just didn't work out as a head coach. Yeah. So I think, you know, he could still bring value to the organization without being trade bait for Aaron Rodgers. I just also think having Nathaniel Hackett there, if they are making a move for Rodgers, is not a bad one.
We ride and we die together.
Sorry, Lord Taco.
Tacos, you wanted it. You wanted
a curse, dude.
You are getting what you wanted.
Actually, I'll do it this way. The Panthers will get the best available quarterback this series. Now you're not getting it, Carolina.
It's going to be
not.
Derek Carr.
You're getting Carson Wentz and Derek Carr. Yeah,
my God. Carr.
What's weird? Here's what I don't understand about Hackett. If the Jets do get Aaron Rodgers,
Carr.
What?
I'm so stupid. No, it's Carson Wentz and Derek Carr, so it's Carr. Carson.
Oh, it's a car wreck. It's a car wreck.
I'm so tired,
dude. You have to make a video called you have to make a short called the car wreck if they both end up in Carolina. Car wreck, and it's just you doing that for the full minute.
That's it. Oh God. I mean, he also helped bring them to the. Didn't he bring him to the AFC Championship with Blake?
Yeah, I thought he got the best. The whole thing that I touted about Hackett is he got the best out of Blake Bortles. Like that's his creme de la creme or whatever.
Creme de la creme. Look at you getting a fitty, Perna. It's a curse, not a tragedy.
Oh, Lord Taco.
Carson Wentz would be a curse. Can you imagine?
Johnny John John!
Oh my God.
What?
And it's in Carolina. It's Carr. It's Carson Wentz, Derek Carr, and Carolina.
The Carr brothers. Triplets. The Carr brothers become triplets.
Derek Carr to the Cowboys.
No.
I'm not wishing it on you. I'm just making the best of what I got with Carr.
Yeah. The Panthers deserve better than what they're going to get in Carson Wentz.
Dude, where does Derek Carr actually... Let's take a step back for a hot second. I know this is off-season stuff. We have Tom Brady, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's coming back. So, Tom Brady. You have Derek Carr. You have Jimmy Garoppolo, potentially Aaron Rodgers. It is a 3-car pile up.
Nice.
Okay. God. I just what? Presser with the Jets? You didn't do what?
He didn't have a presser with the Giants.
Talk about Willis.
The Jets.
Anyway, who is actually going to end up with Derek Carr, and he 100% is going to be the last QB signed, right? He 100%. Because I know they're trying to trade him, they're trying to move on him, and get a trade done before March.
They have to get it done before the day.
They have to announce it because they can't actually trade him until the 15th or the 16th. But 100%. But they need to get it done. It's just if you're a team and you're just oh man, we might get Tom Brady. Oh man, we might get Aaron Rodgers. Jimmy Garoppolo could work in a system. And then there's Derek Carr. He could go to Tampa. He could.
Yeah, well, Tampa, though, Tampa's got a lot of dead money. Not dead money. I think they're over the cap by the second most in the league. They've got a lot of roster clearing to do before they figure out. They're not going to trade for Derek Carr. They're not going to give up assets for him, I don't think.
No.
Because I think there's still a chance Brady comes back to Tampa, but Derek Carr to the Jets makes sense as well. Robert Saleh just saying that they're going to go after a veteran QB. That doesn't rule out Carr. Doesn't guarantee him Rodgers. Carr would probably... I don't know why any team would trade for Derek Carr when you know they got to release him.
Yeah, why?
Why
would
you?
Raiders
any favors? Just
give a 6th round pick and be here you go. Or not. I'll just wait till you cut him. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, well, because they're going to be paying if Brady leaves. They're going to be getting a cap hit from Brady because they push money out. And it's all Tom Brady takes all of these, pay cuts. He also pushed a lot of money out, and eventually he's going to get paid that money. So, dude, yeah, I don't know who trades for Derek Carr. And someone said the Commanders do need a quarterback. Maybe Carr goes there. I just think if you're the Jets, why in God's name would you go there? You get Jimmy Garoppolo, somebody you're familiar with, or you get Aaron Rodgers. So there you go. Jose's going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Brady's dead cap would be $35 million.
That's it. That's just that. That's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, you never gave them straight to hell. We did. We never told you where you were getting navigated to. That honestly, we are what you hear when you die. We're like, you have reached your destination. You're like, heaven? No.
Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Back
But-
to Hackett, though, because I wanted
Yes.
to ask you about this.
Talk to me. I love that plaid shirt on you, by the way. Looks great. It's a really nice shirt.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Jess got it for me a while
Oh.
ago.
Where from?
Probably Kohl's. I don't know.
Oh, solid. That's some Kohl's cash.
Oh, yeah. You got to get
Nice.
that Kohl's cash.
Nice. Did you order online or did you go in store?
She went in store.
She went in store. Okay.
Yeah.
I find you can't order clothes like online. It's so difficult. Like you don't know how they're going to fit. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. I can only order t-shirts. It's like medium.
Medium. Yeah.
And it's still like a 50-50 shot whether the medium's going to be a big medium and look
or small medium. Yeah.
or it's going to be just a little too small.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett. Okay. Do not derail me.
I'm
Why is
going
everybody
to.
talking about my shirt? All right. Hello.
Welcome.
If the Jets get Aaron Rodgers, if that's their plan,
Mhm.
why would they have fired Mike LaFleur? It's the same offense, right?
No, I
Hackett and Mike LaFleur. No, it's not the same offense.
don't think so. No. Why are you saying same offense?
Because Mike and Matt are brothers and they learned the same shit together.
What?
Mike and Matt LaFleur run the same scheme as Hackett.
So we're saying both Belichicks are the same?
Bill and Steven, that's father-son. That's a whole different animal, but yes. Yes. But like, I think the problem with Mike LaFleur is he was too young to truly develop a young QB. I don't think he's matured enough to be like the kind of coach to develop a QB. That's why they move on from him. But then they hire Hackett, who's going to run essentially the same thing as Mike. But you trust Hackett you trust him more? It's just a weird move to me. It's a weird move.
I'm gonna explain it to you in the best way that I possibly can.
You can explain it to me like I'm a child.
No, not at all. Okay. So back in the day, right? We're gonna do a little history lesson here. Okay. I'm gonna move this over.
Jets and Hackett. We'll call him Jacket.
Okay. So this, of course, is Mike LaFleur. Okay, right here.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
that's Mike LaFleur right there.
Yes.
Right, got the smallest picture possible. Okay, that's Mike LaFleur. Like he's not bad looking dude. Like he's solid. He's fine. I don't know yet, Elman. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how I feel.
Oh.
Okay, we'll see. All right. So there's Mike LaFleur. Now,
I know what he looks like.
Matt LaFleur originally looked like this. Okay.
Yes.
Right. And now
Nerd. Can we just say nerd?
now, yeah, maybe he pushed him in a locker, what have you. So like, I feel like Mike is a little bit better than this, but is not final form Matt LaFleur where he is now. So
Okay.
I think in order for him to be a better coach, Mike needs to go through that phase where
Makeover?
he becomes a beautiful swan. Exactly.
Needs to have
And
his asshole waxed, is what you're saying.
Yes. And then he could actually become a really good coach. But he
Okay.
has to go through that transformation first, because a lot of people think it's just about the play calling, but it's not. Because if you walk into a room and you're a player, right? And this is somebody who has interviewed many players and former players, what have you. If you walk into the room and you see this, you don't want to play football, all right? Because
No.
your immediate is like, oh, like
You start checking for trap doors to see where he's hiding human slaves that he tortures.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So you're just like, there's a little bit of hesitance there. But Matt LaFleur asks you to do something, you're just like, that's a good looking man. Absolutely. Not a problem. Gonna do it with no hesitation. Mike LaFleur asking for something, no one's gonna be repelled, but they're gonna be like, do I respect you enough? Like, exactly. So I think that ultimately is the issue.
You want your coach to be so good looking, so fashion forward that you don't want to leave your wife around him.
Yes, because it makes you play better and harder, right? It'll make you work out more. You're like, crap, my coach is looking really good. You want that, or you want a troll in the dungeon that you know is the smartest thing on the team that could literally just talk like God and be like,
Belichick. Yeah,
but then
Belichick.
you know, and you're just like, that's a genius because that doesn't see the daylight, right? Like that's never seen the sun before. I could get behind that because I know what they're talking about. It's one or the other. You can't go for these average looking people.
That's why Belichick always wears a hoodie. It's to protect him
Yes.
from the sunlight and
Exactly.
keeping him from melting.
Exactly.
Get it?
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
So, but yeah, so that's to answer your question fully.
Okay.
The real answer to it is that no, I don't think they're going to run the same offense. I think that Hackett is a little bit of a lure for Rodgers. I don't doubt that at all. I think they're waiting.
Karen.
Because at the end of the day, I think that they legitimately have an offer that they're willing to give the Packers, but they need to wait and see if Aaron Rodgers, one, wants to play football.
Yeah.
And if he does want to play football, then it's the Packers being like, yes, we're willing to move on from him.
So is Aaron Rodgers then, does he wait until after the Super Bowl, after the Raiders are sort of forced to play their hand with Derek Carr before he decides if he's coming back?
I mean, I don't foresee
or do you try to sneak in there before? Aaron Rodgers ain't worried about Derek Carr.
No. So I don't see him making a decision before free agent. Well, I'm sorry. I don't see him making it before the end of February. If it is, it'll be like right at the end of February. I don't think it's coming in the next couple of weeks. I think he's going to take his time. I think he's going to make a decision before free agency because like that's for the Packers, so they can figure it out and what they want to do. Because he even said like doesn't want to hold the organization hostage and all that. He's just holding me hostage. I can't go on vacation until he makes a decision. But
Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to hold him hostage while he's holding the largest gun to their head the whole time.
He's like,
I'm not holding these guys hostage. I don't know where you're getting this from.
I don't know where this duct tape came from. I don't
Where's
know.
my $60 million?
Yeah. So again, I think it's possible that it's like the next 3 weeks or something. I think you'll wind up getting a decision from Rodgers, but
yeah.
I never
see your guy Mike Zimmer coming to Colorado, coaching the CU Buffs with Deion Sanders. Boy, that team is stacked.
Did see that?
Stacked.
I did see that. But
anyway,
yeah, I think so. Like before during the regular season, I was like, no, Rodgers coming back one more year and then that's it. But again, like I said this 100 million times because I don't want to put out clickbait. I don't want to put out just like, oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers getting blah, blah, blah. Aaron Rodgers literally on McAfee said again, and this is after he said it at least 4 times. I watched all the damn press conferences that he literally said the Packers have not given him any indication that they want to move on from him. Not one. It's just a feeling he has, and it's just him reading the room, saying that it's a possibility. So again, all of this speculation, all of these stories mean absolutely nothing right now because one, Aaron Rodgers needs to decide if he just wants to play football. That's step one. And if he does, then it goes, where are the Packers? LaFleur says that he wants him back. Goody has said that he wants him back too. But like they haven't even had those conversations about the future yet because it's, well, I don't even know if Aaron wants to play. Because if Aaron doesn't want to play, all of this stuff is useless. So I think he's still going to play. I think he wants to still play. I just don't know if it's going to be on the Packers anymore. Because like the you want to go like really deep down this rabbit hole? Like I'll go deep down it.
No.
No, okay, never mind.
Yes, I do. Of course I do.
Oh,
I love
okay.
rabbit holes.
You want my honest opinion on how I think this is going to go and how this is transpired? Here we go. So 2019, right? Aaron Rodgers plays solid, doesn't play his best season, misses some throws. Ryan Gutekunst, Matt LaFleur, they draft Jordan Love, right? With the anticipation that they're going to wind up like he's going to replace him and then they'll trade him or what have you, right? Rodgers wins back-to-back MVPs. So because he wins back-to-back MVPs, they don't move on from him. This is what Rodgers has said. This is what he believes. This is what I believe 100%, that they had a plan in place and they haven't gone from that plan because the guy was the best quarterback in the league for the past 2 years. Now the fact that he wins these back-to-back MVPs. The Packers were in a situation because they are an organization that I have firsthand knowledge of who are terrified of bad press. They are terrified of it. They hate it. They do not want it. They want to stay as far away from it as humanly possible. Mark Murphy called Aaron Rodgers a complicated fella, and it blew up. And it blew up, and it made him look really bad, which I thought was stupid because I thought it was overblown, but what have you. If the Packers traded Aaron Rodgers after he won MVP last year, the blowback would have been significant, and I don't think that they had an accurate read that Jordan Love was actually any good. So they literally were forced to kind of extend Aaron Rodgers because they're like, either we trade him and it looks really, really bad because he just won MVP. We trade him and Jordan Love's not that good, and then it looks even worse and the blowback is going to be significant. Or we give him a contract that's not really a team-friendly deal, which it's not. It's kind of on a year-to-year basis where it just gets worse every year that he continues to play in terms of dead cap, and we take it from there. He doesn't win MVP this year, so because of that, now the Packers are forced to make a decision. However, I think that they have kind of won the PR battle, and if they trade Aaron Rodgers now, it will not be as much of a blowback that it would have been last year because he's not coming off an MVP season. One, there's a lot of things that have happened off the field with Aaron Rodgers, and he's gotten a lot of controversy around him. I don't care if you agree with it or not. So now, if they trade him, it wouldn't be the worst thing for the franchise is in terms of a PR move. So I think now is it, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen this offseason. Even though they are going to take a $40 million cap hit regardless, even though the trade value was higher last year, I think that they've kind of won the PR battle in dealing a Hall of Fame QB. And I think that that's a tough place to be because you're always going to get some backlash, but the backlash is going to be at its minimum right now.
You said going down the rabbit hole, and that just seems logical. I thought we were going to get into some weird stuff there.
It's the Packers as an organization. Like I said, they really don't like bad press. And I think with how they offered millions of dollars for Brett Favre to sit at home and be retired. Like they flew out, they offered Favre, here's millions of dollars to just stay home, just retire because they didn't want that backlash.
Get that to my charity first, and then I'll take it from there.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I don't have to pay taxes on it, and I can screw the people on the charity.
Yeah. So, but that's what, like, think about that. And obviously people have moved on. Like, there's not everyone's in the organization when that happened, but Mark Murphy dealt with this and like, they did not want another Brett Favre scenario on their hands. And I think that that's what they've been trying to avoid. They got caught with their hand in the cookie jar of drafting Jordan Love. It didn't work out. And so now,
I love the idea of them not wanting another Brett Favre scenario on their hand, and then Rodgers goes to the Jets directly from the Packers.
Yeah, no, dude,
and it turns into literally the Brett Favre
it's
scenario.
A flat circle. So it's a flat circle. Guyver DM'd you.
Message me on Bird app from Charged Up Info, trying to get Albright time set up. Check DM and grab my contact info. Don't promise me with a good time.
So
Guyver.
But yeah, if it's going to happen, I think it's going to be this year. I still think there's a good chance that Rodgers comes back and plays. I think it's then the organization needs to justify that because then you have the Jordan Love issue too.
Yeah.
Like the Packers are going to have to make a decision. They're going to have to crap or get off the pot. Is it like, are we just admitting that Jordan Love is not ready? Which I don't think is the case. Like, I think he is ready. And Goody has said like he wants to play and like he's ready to play. He's shown some progression in the very small sample size that we've had. It's a matter of, are we just going to make him sit on the team again for a fourth year, pick up his fifth year option, and then be like, okay, let's hope it works out? Or are we just going to move on? Like,
move on, make sexy splashes, Green Bay. Do what you never do. Do something interesting.
So there you go. That's my take on the entire Aaron Rodgers thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to see the Packers play with Jordan Love. I want to see Rodgers in New York. I want to see Derek Carr have to settle for whatever third-tier team has to just accept his services.
What if he goes to the Broncos?
Yeah, what? Go.
The Raiders like, I'm going to trade him to the Broncos.
No,
he's going to battle it out with Russell Wilson.
No.
Do you know, Silver, do you know how many times I've seen this? Like so many times. So many times. Yes, I
Card
know.
of the Titans.
Time is a flat circle. It's a flat circle, and it's just going to end up on the Vikings in 2 years, and I'm just going to cry. And I'm just going to cry. So,
all right. Well, we do have a Super Bowl coming up, which will be determined by this championship weekend of football.
I'm so excited for this weekend of football. Good God, I'm so pumped.
The 4 best teams in the NFL have made it to this round. Nobody's denying it. Nobody's debating it. We got the 4 best teams in football.
Agreed. Let's start NFC, please.
Okay.
Buddy, these two teams haven't played each other this season. I've been wanting to see this matchup all year, and it's happening with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line. It doesn't get better. It could literally go either way. You can go the Eagles, this is how they can win, but then again, just the play style of the 49ers, like if their defense is able to get after Jalen Hurts, they can win. I'm so effing excited for this game.
And I love the Niners-Eagles. It's like the head coaching matchup is football brain versus football bro, and I don't know who's going to win. Usually I pick the bro, but Eagles, okay. The New York Giants, pretty good defensive front, right? That defensive line kind of emerged as the leading force on their defense at the end of the season. Eagles offensive line manhandled them. Just flat out manhandled the Giants front in that game. Running the ball for 260 plus yards. Like they just feel like they've flown under the radar, that Eagles line. And now they're going against the 49ers. Also very good defensive front. The difference is like the Niners linebackers are insane. Fred Warner can hang in coverage with anybody. Dre Greenlaw's been good this year. And even Tashawn Gibson out of the safety position has been all over the field, up in the box. But I think we're going to see the Philly offensive line win the matchup against the 49ers defensive front. And that'll be the difference in the game. I think they're still going to be able to run the ball against San Francisco, which nobody's really been able to do this year. They'll have their first, the Eagles will have a 100-yard rusher, which the 49ers have not allowed. Short list while streaming at the same. What?
You put out a short?
No, I did not.
Is that a lie?
I put a short out yesterday night. Last night.
YouTube just probably sent out the notification.
Yeah, it's tanking. So maybe YouTube's just saying, hey, why don't you watch this? Because the short's about whether or not both road teams have ever made it to the Super Bowl. And I think it's happened just 2 other times. One was Super Bowl 32. The Packers on the road, Broncos on the road in the championship games go to the Super Bowl. And we all know how that ended.
Yes.
And then the other was Ravens-Niners. So here we are with the Niners again on the road. 1 day away or 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
I'm so excited. Who do you got for this?
Eagles, 49ers?
Yeah.
I think it's the Eagles. I'm taking the Eagles. I think Jalen Hurts is better than Brock Purdy. I think he's more dynamic. I think he offers more to the offense right now.
Yes.
I think the Eagles' elite weapons on offense are healthier. McCaffrey, contusion. Elijah Mitchell also dinged up. Deebo Samuel's ankles messed up a little bit still. So I just think the Eagles are healthier. I think they're just as dominant as the 49ers. And that's why I like the Philly Eagles.
I think it's literally just going to be the offensive line of the Eagles. That's where they're going to live and die. It's like what you said. If they can, because the Cowboys did a nice job, kind of stopping the 49ers pass rush, and the 49ers offensive line did not do a good job stopping the Cowboys pass rush. Yeah, I saw that LaFleur likely going to the Rams. He was officially announced.
That makes sense.
Yeah, if they can stop the pass rush, I think Eagles win. And I think that they could definitely score a bunch of points on that team, only if their offensive line holds up, which it's done a pretty nice job for the most part this season. So they've had some games where it wasn't great, but for the most part.
And you got to think about this too. Jalen Hurts is built to handle pass rush
Mhm.
more effectively than Brock Purdy right now. Like he's just so much faster than Brock, and Brock's been good at eluding pressure, but like Hurts can turn pressure into big games.
Joey's like, I have too much power.
He
I
has
have
put
too
the
much
hammer
power.
down.
Sure. Yeah, no, I got Eagles also. I think it should be a great game. I'm so pumped for it, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to be two really good teams, two really good coaches, like, going at it.
And I'm not mad at, like, I don't, like, if the Niners win, I'll be happy. I'll be happy for Brock Purdy. I really like that storyline. If he goes out there and plays really well, gets to the Super Bowl and friggin' wins that Super Bowl, oh, God. It is step one to supplanting Tom Brady. And that is all I am waiting for.
Yeah. And again, like, it's just because I think it's the secondary of the 49ers that makes me nervous. Like, the middle of the field, they're fine. Like, pass rush, they're fine. And I think, like, if there is a team, as I've been saying now for 100 years, it's the Eagles that can take advantage of that secondary.
Yeah, it's crazy too because all four of these defenses have been really good. Basically the second half of the season into the postseason, like on efficiency levels, on all the dumb metrics you look at, you're like, damn, all four of these defenses are pretty legit.
Yeah,
and Brock Purdy said the Cowboys defense was the best defense he's played so far. So, you know, if he's got something going for him, it's getting that experience with a really good defense. And maybe that's the difference for the Niners is he's coming off a game where he had to really work hard to get every freaking yard in that game, and it's prepared him to handle the Eagles.
Yes.
But ooh,
I think they will. I think there's a really good chance that the Lions win the division.
Pins if Rodgers goes back to the Packers.
That's also true. I think it's to be a great game. I have a nagging feeling though. Whoever goes from the NFC is going to get slapped by the AFC. I have a nagging feeling.
Really?
I do. And the reason I do, and it might not be based off anything, the 49ers have been dominant, right? They have the longest win streak right now in the NFL for this season. They have just been picking things up and putting them down. The quality of their opponents and the quality of the Eagles' opponents have both been put into question. I think the Bengals could beat them both. I think that they could, because I think the Bengals have just been through more. I do.
Yeah,
I think
that's fair. I don't know, man. Like I saw something about like the Eagles passing defense was like second most efficient or some shit. And then, but with pre-snap motion, they're like 22nd. And the 49ers run just an insane amount of pre-snap motion. Chiefs run a lot of pre-snap motion.
Yeah.
So let's say the Eagles hang on, beat the 49ers with the way they run their offense. That kind of preps them for the way Kansas City runs their offense.
Correct. Yeah.
So maybe, gives them a small, but they, Purdy and Mahomes aren't the same.
Sirianni is nominated for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, he's in there, right?
Yeah, he's in there.
Isn't he?
Yeah. I'm like 99.9%.
Why isn't Jerry Rosburg nominated? That's what I want to know.
Of course.
Where's Broncos Jerry Rosburg in that talk?
Yeah. He's not a finalist? Wait a minute. I thought we literally were just looking at this.
We talked about it Wednesday.
I thought
which
he was,
a decade
no?
ago.
Here we go. Announced. Coach. Oh my God. Stop being stupid. Coach here. Yeah, Sirianni's on there. Yeah, he is nominated. Listen, the Eagles got disrespect, and I think it was BS because they can't choose the quality of their opponents, and I'm not holding that against them. All I'm saying is that the Bengals, I think, have faced better quality opponents, and because of that, they're more prepared. But I still think the Eagles are a very good football team. I still think the 49ers are a very, very good football team.
This is the way I see it. I think the Chiefs are the best team remaining. I think the Bengals and the Niners have had the hardest path to get there. They've had to fight through all their wins. The Eagles, while I don't think they're the best team, I think they've been the most dominant team throughout the season. Any of those teams can win the Super Bowl. We're trying to trying to point out flaws on the Mona Lisa right now with all these teams. My biggest problem with the Mona Lisa, breasts not big enough, but that's just me being picky.
Oh my God.
Had to get you back in here, Tom.
I was just proving a point because I was getting gaslit that Nick Sirianni wasn't a finalist for Coach of the Year.
Battle tested. Thank you.
Oh boy. But no, so like again, I think that the Eagles are a very good football team. I think the 49ers are a very good football team. I don't know. It's just like that grittiness. Maybe I'm pouring too much into the Bengals right now, but the 5 finalist release was a mistake. What? But it's still on the NFL website. What do you mean it's a mistake?
That's okay. I think Sirianni's done a hell of a job, but let him win the Super Bowl. Who cares about Coach of the Year? Nobody gives a shit.
Okay.
Who's Coach of the Year last year? Who's the Coach of the Year before that? Nobody cares. Nobody knows.
It's not Matt LaFleur. It's not Matt LaFleur. That's all I know.
Chiefs. Wait, who you taking? Eagles or 49ers?
I got Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I got Eagles.
If McCaffrey was 100%, feel a little bit better about the Niners' chances.
I think it's to be a really, really close game. It's just the 49ers have to dictate the way that game is played. Yeah. They have to run that ball really well, one. And two, they need to just control, they need to keep them off the field. If the 49ers from last week show up in the first half, I don't think they're winning that game. So.
Yeah, got to score touchdowns. Got to get those tuds. Tuds.
Oh, I don't watch that, so.
Why would we watch that when we got our own show?
Yeah, and the Bengals, listen, they haven't been the prettiest and stuff, so let's go to the Bengals Chiefs.
Andy Reid's the best coach in football, Cole. Best coach on earth right now.
Are you trying to curse them, though?
No, I think he's legit better than Belichick right now.
See, I can't believe you, though.
I seriously think he's better than Bill Belichick.
You are the boy who cried wolf. Because you could be like,
you know what Andy Reid would never do? He would never take a defensive coordinator and have him be the OC for a second-year quarterback. Bill Belichick's decision to have Matt Patricia and whatever the hell Joe Judge did be his offensive guys last year is one of the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen any head coach do. That's Urban Meyer level stupidity. The only way it could have been any dumber is if he had Tim Tebow in there playing right guard through the whole season. That is that's him just going out of the box and being 100% wrong. Andy Reid would not do that. Not that arrogant. Not that cocky.
Matt Patricia's great.
Pissed me off. Anyway,
he's one of the best Lions coaches of all time.
What?
He's one of the best Lions coaches of all time.
Patricia.
Yeah. I loved what he did in Detroit. It was great.
Dude, Patricia opened the door for Dan Campbell. Josh McDaniels, in a weird way, opened the door for Peyton Manning and the Broncos. So Bill Belichick, if you want to give him credit, he helps actually destroy other teams only to make them better.
True. Honestly. Yep.
Cole's Coffee. Almost all the money goes to Cole.
That's
a
what
Chiefs
I heard.
fan. Support the Chiefs. Me, Melissa Etheridge, Paul Rudd, Rob Riggle, Eric Stone Street, all giving back to the Kansas City Chiefs.
What happens when this actually backfires and they win the Super Bowl this year?
I'm prepared for it.
What can I do, anymore. Dude? You just don't care.
They've got Patrick Mahomes. I've just had to accept that they might bitch slap me for the next decade. As a football fan. There's no getting around it. I do not like the Chiefs, obviously. Right?
I do not like them, Sam. I am.
I hate them. Almost as much as I hate Tom Brady. But Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever watched play football. Okay. He does stuff that infuriates you.
Just get it
That's
out.
how you know they're good, is when a play should be over and then it's not. It's like when you watch Josh Allen, you think, oh God, oh my God, he just turned that into a play. Mahomes does that every friggin' week. And it's been even worse as a Broncos fan because we've been so close to beating them and then things just don't go our way. Okay. So yeah, I know they're going to be good. There's a chance they'll be back. They've been to the championship game. I don't care anymore. 5 straight. Like, it's just going to happen. They win. I don't care if they win the Super Bowl. It's going to suck. But what can I do about it? Nothing. I can only control the things in my life that I can control, Tom. And I can't control the Chiefs. And I got to deal with them at least 2 times every year. I just want Russell Wilson to beat them once. If he's here 7 years and he gets 1 win against them, it will have been a net positive on that trade. A net positive. And one day when your team's been tortured by one opponent year after year after year, Tom, you'll understand. Oh, you'll understand. And you won't be like, oh, Perna, he wasn't crazy. He was just sad. He was sad inside.
You know what's
Stand
really
up
great?
for my team. I can't. Every time I do, they lose. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. You know what's really great? It's yesterday I got Scooter to admit that the Cowboys organization is just going to do the same crap year after year after. I feel like this is very lethargic right now. I feel like, you're getting it out. You're airing your grievances. It's
the Broncos could do all the right things.
Pure acceptance.
They're still probably not going to be better than the Chiefs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got the best coach in football. You've got arguably the best quarterback in football. You've got the best tight end. Not in foot, might be, but could retire as the best tight end in NFL history. You're going to be good for a while. The one thing that would slow him down is an injury to Patrick Mahomes. Oh, he suffered a high ankle sprain. 5 minutes later, he's fine. 5 minutes later, it's no worse than a mild
not
headache.
Lethargic. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy.
What?
Cathartic, not lethargic. Jesus Christ. Continue.
Did you say lethargic?
I did say lethargic.
Well, my team is lethargic.
I literally was thinking about the Broncos. I said lethargic.
Demeco Ryans will fix everything, but we'll see. And that said, that's why the Bengals will beat the Chiefs, and it won't even go to overtime.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Not even the 90s. People forget that Peyton Manning just eviscerated the AFC.
Oh, he did.
Like, he didn't lose to an AFC opponent for 2 years. I think it was in the 3rd season when the Chargers finally got a Thursday night win against the Broncos. So, yeah, I've been on the other side of it, and it is fun. It is fun. Now I'm paying the price.
I've been on the other side of it, too. It's great. And I haven't been on the other side of it, which I'm not looking forward to.
Come on out, join us.
I don't like it. I don't want to.
Join us.
I like staying on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Here's the thing. Here's a mismatch for the Bengals. The Chiefs have generated just like an insane amount of quarterback pressures. I think they finished with the second or third most sacks this season. Like, we don't talk about the Chiefs' pass rush, like, at all.
No, we don't.
Like, when you have that offense, nobody cares about your pass rush.
No, they don't. It's just like they don't care about the run. Like, it's so funny because I feel like the Bills tried to be the Chiefs. They're like, oh, we got the QB, we got the receivers. Like, let's just do that and, like, not care about the run game. The Chiefs can get away with that. Like, they can because of their coach, because of the tight end, because of their quarterback. The Bills can't get away with that. So,
no, and I think, Cincy's offensive line was very good last week.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Cole. They've been able to get after quarterbacks. And the Bills pass rush, not good in that Bengals game. And we thought the story was going to be like the Bengals are without 3 starters on their offensive line, right? Just week after week, they lose guy after guy. And I think that is going to bite them in the ass this week. I think Burrow's going to be under pressure. And don't get me wrong, he's good under pressure. But And maybe we see the crazy game where he takes 9 sacks and wins in the playoffs because he's done that. I just think Chiefs pass rush, it's going to be too much. Chris Jones will get his first postseason sack.
So you picked the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs win. And I want the Bengals to win, but I just think the Chiefs are going to win. Yes. Ooh,
Goes.
kitty.
Meow. It's going to happen on Sunday. We're streaming that game together, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll be rooting for the Chiefs, and I'll be rooting for the Bengals.
Okay. Go Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom. Rise up in your pants for Patrick Mahomes.
You mean in Burrowhead Stadium?
Alex Kappa still not practicing. Burrowhead Stadium.
Burrowhead Stadium.
What's
Burrowhead
the bigger
Stadium.
curse? What's the bigger curse? Burrowhead Stadium or Willie Gay saying he doesn't think the Bengals offense does anything?
It might be really gay. It might be. It might be. Listen.
Because Trevor Lawrence, the curse was saying he wasn't worried about Arrowhead Stadium being loud, right?
Yep.
It's balanced, though. It's good both teams said something stupid. It wasn't the Bengals that said it. It's Bengals fans.
Though it's Eli Apple, though. Eli Apple's been saying a lot of crap on Twitter, and a lot of Bills fans are like, I don't know.
Yeah. Eli Apple, though, he's like, he always does that.
He's a notorious trash talker. Yeah.
He's like an above average corner who talks crap like he's the best corner in football, and he's never even been close to the best corner in football. Whoa.
That's my brother, actually.
Oh, it's none of
Tom
your business.
Grassi.
Tom Grassi.
I do love how you picked out that comment yesterday.
Oh, the guy I flipped off?
Because you see it. Because you see the chat goes
I don't
so
see
quickly,
a lot
but then you're like,
either.
oh,
And
no.
I saw that one. I was like, oh, that got me. Telling me I'm the least knowledgeable football person on clickbait sports. You want to say that in this show? Fine. I'll give Tom some leeway. Me and Tree talking? Fine. But if you think Adam or Scooter knows more about football than me, you can kiss my behind. That set me off.
You're like, I
Scooter
could be
only knows
called.
about the Cowboys. I don't even think he watches any other football. Adam's making videos about underground baseball stadiums. Tell me I know less about football than those guys.
I love how that's what you're insulted by. It's not that you called me a piece of garbage. It's not
No,
that
he
you
can say I suck. That's fine. But
Yeah, that's fine. But if you say I don't know more than 2 of those other guys, I did see
Treat
that
them
game
okay.
smart case. Yeah.
Scooter knows more about other sports. Adam knows more about other sports. But don't you say either of those guys know more about football than me. Adam, do you remember Adam in the middle of the season was like, the Broncos don't have injuries. As
No
an excuse.
injuries.
What are you talking about? What you talking about, Adam? Ask Scooter about any other team that's not the Cowboys. Ask him to name like 3 players from their roster. Damn it. I love those guys, but don't you dare. And it's so funny because usually like during clickbait, I'm looking at Twitter and maybe trying to find stuff, and I don't see a lot of comments. I saw that one. I was like, who's this jerkwad?
I love how you just said, usually I'm not paying attention on clickbait, but with the
Not
one
to,
time
like,
I
not
did.
to the chat, because you and I think maybe Tree are on the chat more, and
Yeah.
I
Usually
do
on don't know
everything.
business or duty.
Anyway, God, I love stuff. I love football.
That was very cathartic, Brandon.
There we
Most
go.
handsome wins that. At least the 3rd smartest. Well,
There
I'll
you
say
go,
like
Sammy Hambutt.
Tree knows like trivia, like NFL
He's a
facts that
savant.
I will never know. Like absolutely not. Like I have a great gauge on like every team and like their fan base and what
Yeah.
have you. But like he could pull out and be like, oh yeah, 1994. I know who the backup quarterback was for like the Baltimore Ravens. I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. See, and Will Keys is like that too. Like he's got that memory bank. I want to like set this off season. We should do a stream where we just come up with like 50 questions and we just pit Will and Tree against each other and
There you
see
go.
who knows more about football, because it's disgusting. It pisses me off, people who have memories that good. Don't drink, kids, because them brain cells do die. And what they'll tell you about brain cells is those little brain cells carry memories about shit. Once you lose them, they're gone. You got to relearn.
They all gone.
You got to relearn that stuff.
I'd do that.
Yeah.
Just an off-season clickbait and just be like, here's trivia, 50 questions.
Will
Whoever
versus
wins,
Tree.
wins. We talk about nothing else. It'll be in the middle of July where there's nothing going on.
Clickbait should just be stump the tree, and it's all four of us versus Tree.
And it's a stump, like a tree stump.
Yeah, we get to pool our 4 brains with sports knowledge versus Tree. That's how the show should be.
I like that. That'd be fun.
Let's see if Tony Reale wants to host for us. I like Tony. He'd do a great job.
There you go.
Anyway, who are you taking in this game, Tom?
Bengals. Kitty goes meow.
Yeah,
I do.
And don't get me wrong. Like, I think the Bengals have a good chance to win. I think the Chiefs secondary's been very good this year, but Jamar Chase is they lost to the Bengals already once. And the Bengals just got 3 elite ball catchers. That's the mismatch. But
And Adam
if
Cole.
Burrow doesn't have time to get those guys, that's where the issue comes. But Jamar Chase needs to have one of those dominant days again.
See, I don't even know. I mean, the guy got sacked 9 times last year in the divisional round, and he still won.
Yeah.
I don't know if getting after Joe Burrow does anything anymore. Oh, it does.
It'll be fun. I think it's going to be fun football.
Again, either way, whatever, like it could be the 49ers and Chiefs that win. That'll be a great Super Bowl. It could be Eagles and Chiefs. That'd be a great Super Bowl. Like it'd be Bengals 49ers. Like I don't care. Like all of them would be great matchups. And I just hope, because Perna and I were talking about this, I think earlier this week or last week. Last year's Super Bowl was so underwhelming. It was not just for our channels, but just like the Rams won and we were like,
yeah,
okay. Like everyone was like, cool. And then moved on and no one cared ever again. Like Rams fans, like very happy for you. Like you got your ring, you sold out for it. You did it. It's just like, we kind of were like, okay, yeah, that was whatever.
Nobody cared.
No one cared.
It was like 2 very small market teams in the Super Bowl, and more people would have cared if the Bengals won.
100%. Completely agree. So, yeah. Oh, that's true. Lions fans cared. That's very true. So 6 people.
Yeah.
This is before Hard Knocks, so now there's more. The halftime show was cool. It was cool. And now Rihanna. I hope Tom Holland comes out and sings Umbrella. Have you still not seen that?
Seen what?
You have to watch Tom Holland lip syncing Umbrella. You have to watch it. It is like one of the most famous things on the internet.
Oh,
it's so good.
Just
anyway,
like
what do you got? What'd you say?
Just like you.
Aw. Wait, no, you were rooting for the cheeseburger, you a-hole. Anyway, folks, more importantly, Brandon texted me. Was that 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
Oh.
When he texted me, and I know people have been wanting to see it. People have been waiting for it. Last year, we're supposed to go see one Brandon Perna in Colorado to go see Rainbow Kitten Surprise at Red Rocks. Then Carmi got sick. And he was like, do not come out here or you'll die. And
thought she had COVID. Turned out it was hand, foot, and mouth.
Yeah.
Not a good week.
Nope, not a great week. Not a great week. And then Brandon.
And Rainbow Kitten Surprise canceled their tour after this.
They did cancel because we didn't go. They were just like, I just want to.
We might never get to see him again.
Correct. I just want to see GPS. And then they were like, no. But guess what? They haven't even really announced any other dates. 2 days in July, they going back to Red Rocks, which means Tom Grossi going to be flying out to Colorado, and it will happen. We are not only just going to unite, but also we're going to see Rainbow Kitten Surprise at Red Rocks.
Bam.
It's going to happen.
I'm going to make you a makeshift bed in my basement, and it's going to be sick.
Yep, because I lost the guest room.
Jess's brother has it now.
What'd you say?
Jess's brother has it now.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. For realsies this time. Yes, for realsies. And I swear to God, if something happens where I can't make it out there,
We're gonna do it.
and we're gonna have onesies, and we're gonna stay up late, like to like 9:30, and then this is gonna be great.
We'll stay up all night till midnight. Oh
Yeah,
my
we'll stay up
God.
all night till midnight. Might be a little bit late. Well, we'll just do live streams from Brandon's basement. Can we play hide and seek?
Oh yeah. Carmi loves hide and seek.
Oh, I mean this in the nicest way possible. I will destroy Carmi at hide and seek. You will never find me. Never find me. I will hide in a hamper for 6 hours. And you'll be like, you'll call the police and you'll be like, oh my God, like I don't know where Tom is, and I will not make a sound. Not a sound.
Oh yeah.
Who's
That'll
Big
be
Spoon?
great.
Yes.
Same
Brandon, what do you got
size
coming out
spoon.
today?
I got a video about the 2006 Chargers, the greatest
Oh yeah, that's finally
team
coming out today.
that never won a playoff game. Boy, if you like not living up to expectations, this video is for you. What do you got, Tom?
At some point today, a Jaguars fan reaction video is going to come out. I have to take Sinclair back to the vet. I found another bump. Yay.
Ooh, yeah. That's
And then Friday night Q&A tonight. So, yeah.
Tom's got a day ahead of him.
It's going to be a day. It's fine. We'll rock. It's just going to be fat. It's just going to be fat.
Fatty
So.
tumor. Get out of here.
Fatty tumor. So, all right.
Way to really end it on a low note. Thanks, Tom.
You shouldn't have cursed the burger, dick. But folks, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destination.